Welcome in, everyone. How are we doing this evening? I hope we are having a fine evening. Just doing a little drawing. As you can see, I've been working on this a little off stream. Mostly because we're having storms come through. And I need to figure out ways to keep the headache at bay. Hard to focus on a video game or something for me when the storms are coming through. So I find ways to cope. I don't know why it's easy for me to focus on this while I do it, but I can. Like, I can't write while I'm doing it. I can't write while I have a headache. It just doesn't work for me. I might be able to revise like I've been doing, but I feel like I might actually end up screwing it up more so if that's what I was doing. So, I focus on drawing. I have found a lot of solace in drawing. Just trying to get things just so. Hope you all are having a good time. Hope people are having fun. Maybe have plans to go to the movies this weekend, because we're coming up on the weekend. It's also, the summer, so who knows what people are up to. College students probably are taking a much-deserved break from studies and, well, getting jobs. I'm not sure if you can call it a much-deserved break, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Others, who knows? Who knows what they're doing? Maybe they have big plans. I know some friends of mine are out on a vacation. Friends that are often in the chat. That's why they've been gone this week, because they are having fun. And I am so glad that they get that chance. Yeah, that's looking good. Now we do the shaded side. Now, for any of you who are budding artists or anything like that in the chat, do not for 1 second think I have any idea what I'm doing. The idea is I think it looks good. Do I have any reason why the shadows and the shading is going the way it is? Not really, other than I think the light's coming from the right side. In my head, the light is coming from the right, so the shadows go to the left, and the highlighted parts go to the right. Depending on the ridge. Hope that makes sense, because it makes sense in my head. Just having a little fun. I hope this doesn't make him look too angry. It's actually, something I'm kind of worried about. Almost looks like lumped up on the side. And I'm not sure if I'm complaining about that. Video game skills, man. I don't know if you guys can see the cursor moving, or the brush, but it's the old video game finger twitch move. Okay, now time to blend a bit. And for the shadows, I use a little bit. Whoa, you're too big. Get on down there. You know, it's supposed to look kind of like a moderately furrowed brow, but with light coming off of it at a weird angle. Like, it's supposed to look weird. But that's just me. I need to add a little bit more highlight. To really sell this spot. I know with how I plan on using this, it shouldn't need to be this detailed, but damn it, I'm gonna do it anyway. Because the ultimate idea is actually using this to replace my current VTuber, which you see dancing around on the bottom of the screen. But this is one that I didn't just, you know, trace over to add details that I wanted. This one I'm doing by hand. I don't know, something just feels right about doing it this way. Making it look this way. Almost like the skin texture is of an exotic material rather than actual skin, which is the idea. I hope that comes across. I mean, other than just in color. You know, it is supposed to be kind of androidish. So we'll see. Let me soften these lines a bit. Because, you know, light has a more softer cast, where shadows can have a tendency to be more rigid. In my mind, anyway. But I probably also, you know, do harsh lighting and have more dynamic look to it like I have in some other spots. And I was working on the eyes, but the brow furrowing just didn't look right to me. I'm trying here, you know. I don't even know what I was originally thinking for this, other than maybe turning it into an emote, which I probably will still do, like I did with the previous one, the smiley. But that one was copied from a previous, well, traced from a previous picture. All I did was just add better shading and stuff to it for me. And then I turned it into an emote, which I thought was fun. Ugh. Yeah, I did too much. Let's see if I can soften this a bit. Like it sticks out from the rest. I think I chose some colors that were too bright. And yes, I know I'm using a different smudger. Just let's do something here. This looks a little bigger. Almost looks like a wound rather than a forehead wrinkle. So since I did it on the layer I did, I can't just erase what I did. Well, delete it. I have to do it this way. I mean, there may have been a better way to do this, but oh well. I'm learning as I go. Or at least I'm trying to. Now, Yeah, that looks a little bit more balanced. It's not great. But I think I know what I can do. Give that ridge. Just barely trying to grab some of that lighter and feather it in to the darker. Much better. I mean, probably not great, but it's better for me. I mean, ain't perfect. I'm sure I'll get better as time goes on. But I think it's pretty good. See, I'm still on. Yeah. Did I put that on a different layer? Like that should be pulling it. I know I left the nose alone. That's just the eyes. I did put this on a different layer. Okay, now I'm on the right layer. Yeah, we have a storm rolling in tonight. Or at least that's what it looked like when I was just outside not that long ago. So, I hope we're maintaining connection. Hope all of you maintain connection. But it's entirely possible, given that where most of my audience is, that is going to be a factor. I know earlier someone mentioned that they were having a storm come through. So my assumption is probably has a tendency to knock people out. Especially since, you know, I like Texas for a lot of things, but man, their infrastructure just really ain't good. Like, they don't reinvest in, like, taking care of their communication lines or their electrical lines, in my experience, at least here where I am. You know, and I don't really know why. Because, I mean, you have so many competing companies, you'd think that it would make more sense to have those run through. I'm not on the right layer. I'm an idiot. Welcome in, Infinite. Ha! Well, like I said, I like Texas. So far, I have no real complaints other than that. Their infrastructure is sorely lacking. Is this it? It's got to be underneath. Yeah, for some reason. Why does it show the eyeballs way down? What's on that layer? Right? Like, you'd think with how many power outages and stuff, and the only thing I can figure with other places I've lived is that it has got to be because you have, counterintuitively, competing power companies. Everybody's waiting for somebody else to pay for the infrastructure upgrades. You know, they don't want to, because none of them make 100% of the profit because they're always sharing. They don't want to have to pay for it all. And because they don't really like split it up into good enough areas, none of them probably make that much money by themselves. It's one of the times when a monopoly actually makes sense. Like, there are certain things that monopoly just should... No. I forgot. So I gotta try and... I was thinking I could fix it a different way, but I can fix this. How are you doing tonight, Infinite? Yeah, just Gatsby, not Great Gatsby. I'm doing okay. I can definitely tell there's a storm on the way. No, it wasn't a great moment. So I got pressure in my head because I can feel that storm coming on. I don't know why. I didn't just think of putting the pink over the top instead of erasing and then I have to do it again. It's not really, I don't get a headache from it. It's just that oppressive pressure. Like, it doesn't actually, I don't register it as pain. It's an annoyance. I'm lucky that way. My body doesn't register pain in the similar pathways that most people, I guess, or at least with people I've interacted with. Like, my body only really registers pain when it's causing me actual damage to do something. You know, that's when pain really kicks in. Otherwise, it's more like an aversion reaction. It's like, oh, don't want to do that again. You guys doing okay down there with your storms? Well, neither do I, but I broke my ankles at a young age at separate times. So my body knows what real pain is versus just an annoyance. Something that's uncomfortable but can be lived with. And so it registers pain under those circumstances. I don't know if it's lucky or not, but it's how my body deals. But it's also probably the reason why I can't take pain meds like other people can. So far, not so bad. Nice. That's good. I know XO had mentioned they had a storm rolling through. So I was curious because I know you're down that way. Right? But no, it just concentrates them for the first. Nah, we need really good sun to burn out the allergies. Because the plants around here, because most of them are high desert or desert plants, from what I've observed, anytime there's water, they need to bloom. So they send out their pollen. Yes, burn them, high heat. Exactly. Yeah, I didn't say you were wrong. How did I do that with the other side? Because this doesn't feel like it's pulling like it did. This doesn't feel right. Am I holding the brush wrong? No. Like it's barely doing anything. Oh well, I'll go over it again. With the paintbrush to do it again. Any big plans for the weekend? Infinite? Or you got work again? Well, taking care of the babies, I just assume that's work because they're your siblings' kids, as far as I know. Oh, what movie was I heard was coming out this weekend that I was curious about? Is it Disclosure Day? Yeah, Disclosure Day. Kind of curious if Steven Spielberg still got it. Because I know the previews of it look pretty good. He should, yes. Since the last one didn't work too well, let's go back to the tried and true knife. Disclosure Day. His new one, I think, is coming out this weekend. No problem. I mean, do you hear the music? I don't hear the music. I forgot to unmute it for myself. So I don't know if you guys are hearing it or not. I hope the music's okay. Like just loud enough, not too loud. Is good? Okay. It is background music for me. I don't really have to think about it. It's a tad louder than me. I can fix that. Why is my mouse not wanting to work? What the hell was going on? Like, the mouse wouldn't go off of a certain part of the screen. Like it was just, oh, I'll bet you I know exactly what was happening. I'll bet you I had the freaking drawing pen too close to the pad. And so every time I tried to move the, use the mouse, it was bringing it back to wherever the nib was on the pad. Or tablet, or whatever you want to call this thing. Don't make excuses for my PC. I will make whatever excuses. It keeps working. That's all I need it to do. I don't want to upset it, because if I do, who knows what I'll be able to do. I mean, I can't afford any surprise expenses right now. We know the real culprit. If I was still running Windows, damn sure I would agree with you. But Linux doesn't seem to be doing me like that. Yep. Why does this seem to not be working as well? Do I have it too small? What did I do differently? Computers have feelings too. Okay. It doesn't want to work properly. I'll do it a different way. Yours is moody. I used to have one like that.
I only had one that ran without processors.
And then there was a laptop that, when it finally died, I decided to take it apart and see, you know, I just took it apart because I don't really have an excuse for why I took it apart. I just took it apart because I wanted to. And when I finally took it all the way apart, I couldn't find the processor. And I'm pretty good with computers. Like, I took the laptop apart piece by piece. Yeah, you got it to see the guts, yes. And yet, when I pulled it all the way apart, I couldn't find the processor. The chip was missing from the socket. And I knew for damn sure my kids, at the ages they were, couldn't have even opened that laptop to get to the processor. So it's not like they did it. Oh yeah, it was super weird. I wish I had actually like videoed. Maybe. I wish I had videoed how it worked. You know, when I tore it apart, you know, but I wasn't thinking anything weird had happened. It just one day decided not to work. Like Pizza the Hut did, yeah. Oh, are you excited for Spaceballs 2? Finally coming out eventually. I love how parody movies are starting to make a comeback. And not those crappy ones, but like the OGs. You weren't sure I would get the reference of Pizza the Hut? Infinite. How uncultured do you think this swine is? Well, it's not like they can bring, you know, John Candy back. How's that look? Well, and the idea is when I use them as a VTuber, these turn off and on. So underneath, all I got to do is darken this area. Oh yeah. Well, how do you think the VTuber does it here? I actually had to do the layers. It helps if I'm not on a blending brush. And yeah, I could use fill, but I'm working on, you know, brush strokes and controlling the strokes. And like in, you know, wood cutting sense, I want the live edge so that it has like a little roughness to it, more living, not so flat and digital. Because I think that's what my problem is with some of like AI art doesn't have the proper living edge to it. I think that's one of my biggest tells when it's AI art. See, our eyelids actually close not halfway, but more of like a 60-30. Sorry, 60-40. Yeah, most people draw them 50-50, but eyes kind of close like that. The top comes down to the bottom, but there's still just a little bit of bottom lip. Eyelid, not lip. And again, you know, I don't think I need to go into this kind of level of detail for it. But I'm doing it anyway. Da Vinci's Man. I mean, for the golden ratio. Vitruvian Man. Now what's hilarious is I only remember that because I watch Futurama. You're welcome. Did you ever answer if you had anything going this weekend? Okay. Not really. I might see if we have the finances to swing going to see Disclosure Day. But I'm not really gonna hold my breath. I mean, even me and my buddies aren't even getting together to watch or to play games this weekend. Oh, did I tell you guys about the dumbass law Oregon was trying to pass? That they got petitions for? Yes, I have considered getting Movie Pass. Okay, so Oregon, there's this activist group that is basically trying to make it outlaw or illegal to hunt, fish, farm, breed, all sorts of things for animal cruelty reasons. In Oregon, they're trying to make it illegal to hunt, fish, and farm. And I don't think they really realize the law of unintended consequences here. because that means you couldn't even farm regular crops. So it's not like even vegans would really, succeed because of the pesticides you would have to use. Because they're specifically, it's an anti-vertebrate. You can't hunt anything that's vertebrate. Anything with a spine. Well, no, they wouldn't be able to hunt soy because pesticides. Pesticides kill rodents, and they would make it illegal to knowingly harm or by your actions induce harm in a vertebrate animal. Something feels wrong. Like there needs to be more texture here. What did I say?
No. I mean something.
Oh, you were making a joke about it. Like I'm looking at my picture going, something feels wrong. And the wife is all like, what, you mean in the state of Oregon? And I thought I like had said something wrong because my brain's completely on what I'm doing. She always knows when to hit me with the just the right thing to distract me. Probably why we stick together. Because normally I'm a pretty quick wit, but she knows how to disarm me. Exactly. Well, if we weren't perfect for each other, I don't think we'd be together these 20...
How old am I? 27 years?
Yeah, it'd be 27 because we've been together since 19. I had just turned 19 when we first started dating. Which was August 21st.
So it's 28 years.
I'm still 46, aren't I? I turned 47 this year.
You were 19. I'm 47.
Oh, you're right. It is 27 years. Never mind. Yeah, we weren't quite high school sweethearts.
Grade school, maybe.
Hey, grade school doesn't count. Yes, we met each other for 3 months in grade school.
That's something I don't remember.
It's more of like we vaguely have a familiarity of meeting someone because we both went to the same elementary at that time, and then one of us moved. Was it you or me? I think I moved,
Yeah, I think you moved.
as usual. Something feels off. And sometimes it's just little changes that I've made that actually work. Well, the best advice I can give on relationships is just remember it takes work. And if you feel like the work's too much or it's not going anywhere, it's probably time to move on. Don't waste your time. But if you can't bring yourself to want to leave the person and you feel like it's really important that there's just something there you can't let go of, put the work in. It's worth it. But it shouldn't always be work. It shouldn't always be super problematic, or it shouldn't be one doing more work than the other. Remember, a lot of times it's not always our faults. Sometimes we're just not good for each other. And the other thing is being willing to be vulnerable for that partner. You can't always be the big tough one or the one to solve everything. Allowing your partner to take over at things that they're good at is probably the best thing. Like, take the wife and I. When we first were together, I was the breadwinner, so to speak. I always had a job. I always was doing things. And the wife had a job too, don't get me wrong. She worked too. But once we had the kids, it was I went on ship and she was kind of a stay-at-home mom, but also had a part-time job at the hospital that she...
I have a full-time job.
Was it full-time? Oh yeah, because if you had a part-time job, it wouldn't have paid for the daycare and it wouldn't have made sense. But she was still the one that, you know, basically stayed home, took care of the kids while I was off and doing stuff. Not at the hospital she worked at. They had a lot of part-time. Because they had a call service for food, you know, for people to order their food because they actually had a menu. They were trying to be a better hospital. Yeah, I think that works. How did I do it? Yeah, it's about here. I forgot to gray it in. I mean, the hospital paid well, but it wasn't that great. Like, people think, you know, or at least we thought, you know, hospital work was good pay. But they weren't making that much more than, at least in the kitchen staff, than fast food. Better conditions, but not necessarily more money. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. You know, she only, for a little while, she worked on the cleaning staff. And I think that actually made less money. Right. And then these stupid workers, somebody was trying to organize a union in the kitchen staff, and they let the hospital bust the union by making them all worried about, you know, oh, well, all of our benefits are on the stack. And it's like, yeah, you're going to end up with better benefits. You're going to end up with better pay. You're going to end up with a lot of good stuff if you just let it, vote it in. Like, I get it. People have their ideas of unions. And I will say a union has a vested interest in keeping you working because that means they get to take dues. Working dues. Any union that doesn't do working dues and just has you pay dues no matter what is probably a corrupt union just wanting your money. But if they don't make more money with you working, they have no incentive. Well, it is. And people have a tendency to have a very weird view of unions. Like, they seem to think that the company has a better, your interests at heart more so than a union will. And to me, that is so patently ridiculous. I mean, you really think the company... I mean, the whole reason why unions have such a bad rap and why some of them get really bad is because they end up working with the company rather than... Oh, yeah, don't even get me started at the whole at will. You can get fired at will. It's like... You know, and it's like the whole idea of companies giving, oh, you have to give 2 weeks notice or you're going to get a black mark. Why? You wouldn't give me 2 weeks notice. I mean, just like even in the union, the wife was just laid off. They didn't give 2 weeks notice. It was just that day you show up to work and it's like, nope, going home. Or they'll squeeze it in right at the last part of the day. Like, yeah, sure, you get a full day's work. Well, who cares if they're like... Okay, so I'm an anomaly when I go and get jobs, or at least I was. I probably couldn't get a job like I used to anymore. But I will tell you that I was an anomaly when I used to go get jobs. Because these companies that I'd go and apply for when I'd get interviews, which was quite often, for some stupid reason, even though I told the truth on my applications, resumes, whatever I was putting in. That, yeah, I left the job, didn't give 2 weeks notice. Are you rehirable? Probably not. Even though those are like basically illegal questions to ask anymore. I don't think they were at the time. But see, I'd keep a job like that. I wouldn't quit it. I'd just maintain being on call while I'm looking for another job. And I will tell you, if you have a driver's license, don't do DoorDash or Uber as a job. Deliver pizzas. I worked Monday through Thursday at a pizza joint, delivering pizzas. And I averaged about $20 an hour. Yeah. That wasn't even on the hot nights. I didn't work Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I worked Monday through Thursday close, which also meant I wasn't a rush driver. I wasn't there at the hottest times. Also, if you work a tipped job, do not work a tipped job if you can't afford it just on the hours alone. If you can't afford it on the hours alone, don't work a tipped job. They're too off the wall. You never know what you're going to get. You know what I mean? Maybe I don't know anything, but that is one thing, having so many people that worked waitress jobs or server jobs, including me, that got tips. If you are counting on your tips to make your bills, you can't afford to work that job. you have to, you know, figure something else out. Because, yeah, sure, when the tips come in, it's great. But what happens when it doesn't? You know, near Christmas time and stuff, when most people are thinking they're going to get most tips, it's when you end up with the fewest. What do we think, Infinite? Did I close those eyes good enough? Oh, I need to smooth out this. Like he's wearing a bit of eyeshadow. Yeah, I know, the ad's coming soon. I got 3 minutes. I have no snoozes left? Oh, no, I do have snoozes left. Okay. I'm like, how the hell do I not have any snoozes left? I haven't used any. But anyway, I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to go take a quick break. I'll be back in 5. So let's see. Boop. Did I interrupt anything? Nope. So yeah, so like when I talk, like in my little VTuber off to the side, you know how the eyes close occasionally? That's what I'm going to be doing here. Whoops, wrong one. Yeah, this one. That's going to bug the crap out of me. I don't know why it's thinking that there's something way up. Did it fix now? Why is it? Whatever. Normally that means there's something way out somewhere when it's not fixing that. I don't know. I'm not going to mess with it too much because I don't want to break anything. Hey, what's up, EXO? What are we thinking? Am I doing okay? As the actual, you know, resident artist here. What do you think? Is that going to be a good eye blink? Yeah, I just got done working on the closed eyes. So eyes on, eyes off. So now I got to work on the mouth. Resident artist, you're better than me. From what I've seen, yeah. It is going. It's going well. Weather's a little off. Like, I thought it was raining, but it wasn't. It had just rained. Did I make it too close to the shade? How's it going for you? You still at school or you made it home yet? Because I know you said something about wanting to get food before it got dark. That does not, no, that doesn't look like what it's supposed to. That looks a little Third Reich-y. Staying over the school for the event? Okay. What event's going on? I know you were saying something about it. You know what? I'm not going to mess with that right now. Let's just get the lips. How do I want the mouth? Something... like this for opening. Oh, that makes him look angry. A transfer conference, okay. Why does it make him look so angry? Might have to mess with the eyebrows again. What made you so anxious? Not really sure, it just happened. I think I'm gonna have to fix those eyes. That's like multiple layers of stuff I'm gonna have to fix. Because it just makes him look angry. Oh, I love these colors. These are some of my favorite colors. How am I going to transform that into something happy, though? Holy crap. I'm gonna have to fix those eyes. That's gonna kill me. I don't think... Oh, this is gonna be hard. Because... Well, and remember, XO, as I said before, there's a reason we get anxious. We just have to figure it out. Well, of course it does. It weirded me out too. Until I started figuring out that, you know, it's because, one, I'm not really used to being in public like that so much. And so I get anxious over stupid things. This one looks much worse than the other one. Bam. Oh, not yeah. Well, exactly. Sorry if me bringing it up is an annoyance. I apologize. Now, did I make a small enough change? Stop. There we go. Okay, I just didn't want to put my foot in my mouth again. I'm going to merge these. Nope, I can't merge them. Oh my God, bag of chips. That's sacrilege. Made the interior arch of these too strong. I don't know what half of this stuff does. I don't know if I'm fixing anything or not, but I'm trying. Face feels cold. Trying to fix this is hard. Yeah, I was gonna say, actually, it's nice. Wait, what? The popsicle shrunk? It's called melting. I might have to completely redo the eyes, like the whole section. Because I'm not sure I can fix what I did. Oh God, yeah. Yeah, shrinkflation. But we'll see. Yeah, shrinkflation is probably the worst thing to happen, in my personal opinion. Because shrinkflation is nothing but a lie. I mean, especially when they keep putting it in the same basic size box. They just reduce what's inside. Like I just noticed the other day. See, that makes him look angry. I'm gonna have to fix those eyes. That annoys me. I didn't realize how angry it would look. Somebody had mentioned that it looked kind of intimidating. I'm like, okay. Because I know it's not the mouth. Because when you come in on it, it doesn't look angry. Yeah, shrinkflation annoys me because I realized the other day. Yeah, I need to fix that. I didn't realize how bad, and you were the one to mention that it was intimidating. I should have listened initially, not realizing that that was going to carry through so far. But yeah, shrinkflation, I realized the other day, it hit me that I can't find a 20 ouncer anymore.
They're still out there.
Okay, yeah, they're still out there, but they're rare. 20 ounces used to be the standard size for when you went to grab a soda. It was 12 or 20. I'm sorry, I'll fix it. He's supposed to look friendly, not intimidating. No, too far in.
It's like anything in a pack is 16.9. Any single would be 20.
Well, yeah, like the wife was just saying, you know, anything in a pack of soda is friggin' 16.9. But if you get like a single, it's a 20 ounce. And yet the bottles are so close, you know, you're missing out on 4 ounces. Sorry, 3 ounces because it's 16.9, which is a British measurement, or sorry, metric measurement. Yeah, those eyes are just gonna bug the hell out of me. I'm so mad because I thought I did a really good job. I mean, don't get me wrong, I did do a good job on the eyes. But I'm gonna have to fix it. Laughing at me, Infinite. Good. Yeah. Like, I didn't mean to make him look so intimidating. No, don't apologize for giving your honest opinion. Damn sure never apologize for that. And it was funny. Exactly. Never stay quiet. If you have a thought, you know, I mean, even if you think I'm being a bully or something, you damn well better tell me. You know, I mean, nothing really irritates me more than someone who doesn't address the issue. You know, if I did something wrong, you damn well better tell me. That way we can talk it out. And I should hope you guys should know that by now, that you can. I know I'm difficult sometimes to talk to or approach. I don't mean to be that way. It's just kind of who I am. I don't know how to fix it. I've tried over years, and I've come to the conclusion there's not much. See, doesn't that mouth look happy without the eyes? Or am I wrong? But with the eyes, it looks like he's yelling. So irritating. But we don't have to worry about those eyes can't hurt you anymore. I deleted them. All that work I did today, I deleted them. Like, I didn't even save it. It's like, nope, done, out. He's excited to tell that he found out what I did. Great. Now, does he still look intimidating? Is that what you're telling me? Do I need to delete this mouth and start over? I kind of figured with the way you were talking about it, it wasn't that bad. I'm just doing my best to make it look good. You know, still a work in progress. Same with my skills as an artist. Not that I'm trying to be self-deprecating. I'm actually pretty proud of how far I've come. I will be, and you can't say anything to make me change my mind, Infinite, no matter how hard you try. And that's a joke. Don't take me seriously. Yes, exactly. Try harder. Really get me in the feels. Yes, we believe in you, Infinite. You can get me.
Should I give her some pointers?
No, dear. I don't need to cry on stream. At least I assume EXO was encouraging Infinite and definitely not me. I think it's funny how a stupid little nose made me try to accelerate my work so much. Like push myself harder than I have in a while. And I cannot tell you how much this has cleared my mind doing this. Let alone how much I enjoy just sitting here drawing and gabbing at you guys. You know, just kind of unwinding from the week, from the world. What was that, dude? Oh, you were talking to me. Got it. That explains why I didn't understand a damn word. Okay. Oh, yeah. Where's the... Where did I put it? Where did I put it? There it is. Sitting here trying to be careful around the other smudge, and I realize, oh wait, it's not there anymore. I mean, it's there, but it's not on this layer. We believe in all what? I don't believe in everything. Damn sure that the earth is not flat, I can tell you that. I've been in planes and I've been on the ocean. I can tell you there's a curvature to the earth. And it for damn sure isn't just curved windows making it curved. I know how that curving works. In fact, if they understood how the curving works, if the earth was flat and the windows were curved in that way, it would look a lot more pronounced for the angle of the windows. That's just how refraction works. Sorry if you all are flat earthers. Sorry to burst your bubble. Can't believe what you're hearing. Well, that sounds like a flat earther. Try to tell them the truth, and the first thing they say is, I can't believe it. Not try to assess why it might be true or why it might not be. Like that one guy that made his own rocket, and where'd he end up? I mean, especially since, what was it? Flat Earthers came up with some very specific experiment, and it ended up, and it was such a good experiment or something like that, that it ended up actually advancing knowledge of the curvature of the Earth rather than exactly what, instead of, you know, their point of view. it advanced science in some way, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong. They may have just proven themselves wrong. But I want to say that they had come up with such a good experiment that it was used somewhere. Or maybe that's just what I wish happened. Meow. I heard that, little babies. She's so happy to be held by Mama and can't stand to be held by Dad for too long.
Bullshit.
I said for too long. She doesn't mind it when I hold her anymore, but it's definitely, she has her boundaries, and I try to respect those.
Okay, Mr. Remote.
Which is funny because she actually wants Mom to hold her while I pet her. Figure that one out. Does that look terrible? No, actually, that doesn't look too bad at all. Where is my mouse going? Why is it going so weird?
Could you keep your fur on my nose?
Man, if some of my fellow art buddies could see me now, I know, I'm sure they'd point and laugh that I've only gotten this good in the same amount of time, but hey. I came back to it, damn it. I'm still learning. I'm still learning better than I ever did. Looking like a true scholar. Still smiling like a little kid. Yes, that's an Elton John song, I'm Still Standing, that I'm parodying. In case y'all didn't know, it was actually a real song. Well, you know, I try. I try to be entertaining, but alas, I think I failed again. Either that or else you're all too busy laughing. Or just having other things to do. I think that's good. I think I should just leave it as an impression. What do you guys think? Do I need to go more detail or leave it with that? Because I'm still gonna do like the mouth behind it, yes. I think I'll leave it like that for now. And go a layer underneath. Right, exactly. Thank you, XL. That's kind of where I was going with it, was that it's like, yeah, I should probably just leave it and see where I go with later. Unlike what I did with the eyes, and I just jumped the gun and realized, oh my God, I made something bad. Not that the eyes okay, I think I did a really good job on the eyes. The problem is the angle I drew the eyes at made them look angry. Which colored the look of everything else afterwards. Yes, exactly. I still find it funny that the original Mr. Potato Head was literally made to be used with real potatoes. And I hear the furious sound of Googling because people don't believe me. If I remember right, it was originally made of metal pieces that were designed to push into a potato. Yeah. I mean, you can double check me if you want. I would. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's how it went.
I don't have my 1950s almanac anymore. She died.
Yes, your mom. Actually, I think your mom was the first one that told me about that, dear.
Yeah, I think she probably had that toy as a kid.
Yeah. I don't think my parents did. They were too busy working on ranches. Yeah, for those of you that didn't know, I'm first generation off the farm. I mean that literally. My mom grew up doing homework in high school by kerosene light because where they lived didn't have electricity. My grandpa on my mom's side was a ranch hand. My grandpa on my dad's side was an outfitter and guide up in the backwoods of Idaho. He used to travel, him and his partner, business partner, had two camps. We had the Gillahan Lodge in Clear Creek. And then there was the other lodge, which I can never remember, Sullivan. The Sullivan Lodge in Big Creek. And they used to travel by mule train, hunting and fishing on the way in between. My grandpa was a professional ranch hand. Actually, I think I'm going to do something slightly different.
Not completely.
Right. Not completely different. And it was sad because my uncle married the daughter of Grandpa's partner. So he had inherited both camps, but by then my grandpa had to sell his. So the original Gillahan Lodge was gone a long time ago. But we still had what was once the old Sullivan Lodge, but was the Gillahan Lodge, and we still used to rent it out for stuff. But COVID basically put it under, so I think my cousin still lives up there, taking care of the place, but he doesn't know how to run the business, and his dad passed not that long ago. I mean, that guy was 93. 93 or 96. He was in that neighborhood. He wasn't 100 yet, but he was getting up there before he finally passed. He was a funny dude. In the lodge, there was this, you had the breakfast, like they actually had like a diner type thing, like a mess hall. And in the mess hall, you had this, this duck head. Like a taxidermy duck head. In the bar that was on the other side of the wall of that duck was the duck's butt. And they made it look like the duck had slammed into the wall and was like splayed out. It was actually rather funny. Let's go with this. I don't know, it was just one of those things that I always found funny as a kid. Uncle Bob had a sense of humor. Which is also funny that I had two Uncle Bobs, different sides of the family. My mom had a brother Bob and my dad had a brother Bob. So literally the Britishism of Bob's your uncle worked doubly for me. Yeah, see, exactly. I mean, but I think if I counted right, on my mom's side there were 6 brothers and sisters, and on my dad's side there were 12. So statistically, it was only a matter of time before I had an Uncle Bob. And neither one married in. That's the funnier part. My grandparents were so inventive. They picked one of the most common names in the world. I'm not sold on the grill. I think I did something wrong with that. So how we doing tonight, folks? You guys gonna be around for another hour? Or are we putting it up? I know some of you have stuff to do. Yeah, I was gonna say. Kind of figured people would be tired. Getting sleepy? Well, that's kind of the point of this, isn't it, EXO? The wind down, the relaxation. Don't worry, I'll be back tomorrow. Well, it helps keep you guys on schedule. Maybe if my brain's up to it, I'll work some more on the story and I can give you guys scene 2. Read that out for you at some point during stream. If y'all are going to be available. I know people have lives and it's Friday night. No, I just don't. I just like that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm going to leave it at that. So, thank you guys for popping in. Thank you guys for having fun with me and helping me along my way, keeping me company. Yes, I know it's similar to something else. And I hope you guys have a good night. And I hope to see you next time. Have a good night.